Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Put It in a Bubble. I am so glad that you're here with me today. This episode is really close to my heart because we're talking about something that matters deeply to me: women supporting women in business. We live in a world that often tells us there's not enough room at the table, that we need to compete against each other for the spotlight or the opportunity. But I've found the opposite to be true. When women come together, when we support one another, share resources, encourage each other, and generally want to see each other succeed, incredible things can happen. So, today I want to talk about what it looks like when women truly support each other, why it matters, and how we can all be intentional about creating more of it in our own lives and our businesses. I also have a guest today, so I'm very excited. She will be on in just a moment. But let's talk about why. For so long, women have been underrepresented in leadership, entrepreneurship, and decision making roles. Opportunities haven't always been equally available. And because of that, there's been a tendency to see each other as competition, as if there's only one room for one of us to succeed. And the truth is, that's not true. Success isn't a pie where if someone takes a slice, it changes for us and there's nothing left. Success multiplies when we share it. And when women support each other, we create that ripple effect. So we don't just change our own lives, we impact our families, our communities, and the people who come after us. And I can think of many times in my own journey when another's woman's encouragement or guidance made all the difference. Maybe it was a kind word, an introduction to someone else, or simply a you can do it. And these moments are powerful and they remind all of us that no one can succeed alone. So, my guest today is part of the Women's Business Network, which I am one of the co founders. And when we started the Women's Business Network, our whole entire purpose, and it has not changed, it has only grown over the years, is to encourage other women in business, no matter whether it's a homemade based business, a handmade business, a professional business, whatever kind of business it is with the woman. We want to be there to encourage her and to support her and to lift her up. And so my guest today is RoseMary O'Malley, and I'm going to do a quick little introduction of her. Hi, RoseMary. It's good to see you.
Hi, Marilyn. Nice to see you also.
So today, my guest is RoseMary O'Malley. She is with Labri Pure and Natural Skincare, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. But I'm passionate about knowing Rosemary because I know that she's passionate about what she does and how she helps women. She's not only built her business, but she builds her community up with that. She supports the women on her team, which empowers them and it creates opportunities for them. And she also has the believes in the power of uplifting and encouraging other women. She embodies what we're talking about today about women supporting other women in business. So thank you, Rosemary, for joining me today. I want to dive right in. If you want to tell us a little bit about what you do and how you got started, and then we'll just have a nice conversation from there.
Okay, I'm a skincare specialist with Labri Pure and Natural, which is a company out of Wisconsin. The owners are a husband and wife team named Linda and Brian, thus the name Labri. And they had been in the cosmetic industry for 20 years and decided Linda wanted to be more natural before natural was the hip thing to do. And she discovered the benefits of aloe and how you can harvest aloe, you cold press it and use it as the first ingredient in almost every single one of our products. The aloe is healing and anti-inflammatory. It just has a myriad of qualities, and it's in all of our skincare, hair care, and body care. And so I joined this company 5 years ago, 5.5 years ago, sort of.
Wow,
And
time flies.
I time does fly, and I was never good at staying with any product. I I am what I call a flitterer. I would go, oh, what's on sale? Oh, dang, I'm out. I have to go to Target. Whoa, that kind of thing. And I used several products for several years, but I never fell in love with a product that I just wanted to use every day. And that's kind of half the battle for us, because we're like, oh, I'm so tired. I'm not going to wash my face. I'm just going to bed. But when you find something that you love and it makes you feel good, and speaking of washing your face at night, don't skip it. And trust me, once you use, and it actually brings you down and gives you that little before you go to bed, especially if you're like too tired to go to bed. I mean, you're so tired you have to go to bed. Wouldn't it be nice to go to bed and go?
Yes, yes. I have been known in the past to not always take my makeup off and do my ritual at night when I'm just exhausted. And I remember you telling me, I think it was you that told me that like not washing your face ages you like it's like not doing it for 2 weeks or something,
Yeah,
3
3
weeks. And
days for every
three
night that you
I
don't
was
wash your
like,
face.
"Oh my gosh." So now that like resonates in my head, and I am very careful to remember to do it no matter what. No matter how tired I am. I'm like, "Okay, my eyes can be closed. I can be doing this while my eyes are closed." But I remember you saying that, and it really stuck with me.
Well, it's like any habit. You have to get in the habit, and so
Yes.
sometimes you have to make yourself form the
Yes.
habit.
Yes, you gotta have that right mindset. You gotta have that motivation to continue to do those things. So tell me, what's one thing that you love most about what you do?
Well, I love helping people with their skin, because so many people, almost every person, has something that they would like to improve or change. Now, maybe you suffer with a skin condition. These products are amazing for, eczema, psoriasis, even cystic acne, because the aloe again is very calming and very healing. But just like, maybe you have some dark spots that you would like to fade away on your face, or just helping people feel good in their own skin. That's my favorite
Awesome,
thing.
awesome. So as a woman in business, what's one challenge you faced and how'd you overcome it?
Mm. So, in I found I had other careers before I got into direct sales. And in those careers, it's, the people you work with and things like that. And but in direct sales, I find that everybody wants to help everybody. But occasionally you come across somebody that, doesn't want to it's a very sharing community. And because they feel like, oh, if refer somebody to you, then they'll become your customer, even if they're in a different product line than I'm in, that kind of thing. So I just try to work with people and reciprocate, and kind of the golden rule. um,
Yes.
but sometimes you just have to step away from something too. So, and mindset helps you when you have to step away from something, to help you not feel it's all you, or it is you. And sometimes that's our biggest hurdle as women in business, is making sure that we take care of ourselves too.
Yes, yes. So many of us put ourselves in the back seat,
Hmm.
our families and other things. And those things do come first in some respects, but we have to remember that if we're not taking care of ourselves, then we're not there for the other things that we need to be there for.
Yes.
So I had mentioned the Women's Business Network. That's how I met you, how I know you. And the Women's Business Network, we're all about encouraging each other. And I find that sometimes that's very hard to do in everyday life. So that's what I like about the WBN is you're around a community of women that we're all there to uplift each other and encourage each other. And have you found that to be true?
I found that to be very true. The Women's Business Network, if you have even a small little thing happening in your life, but if you fall into some sort of, crisis in your life, whether it's, you get sick, you just say, something, they help you. I mean, not just it's not about buying things from you or, that kind of thing that, people will help you with, do you need a casserole for dinner? And that kind of camaraderie is hard to come by. And that's why the Women's Business Network is really great, is that they help, spread the word about your business and you do the same for them. And then on the personal side, there's all those benefits as well.
Right. I like it because it is a great community. Because I think that a lot of times, women kind of hold back from supporting each other, just like you said, because they feel like we're in competition with each other, and we're really not. We can all be there for each other no matter what it is. If it's a referral, great. If it's doing business with each other, great. But there's so many other ways that women can support other women in business. Just that encouragement and that uplifting and just listening or sharing resources and ideas.
Yes. Very true.
Uh,
And, just sharing about each other. I mean, it doesn't, we all have other talents or things that we do. Like say you want to go on a trip to Europe and you can say, oh, well, I can say, oh, my friend took a river cruise, and I know someone that can tell you all about that. And I've talked to people about things like that they didn't know about. And that helps people too. Just everyday life as well as a business life.
right. I think that's what I find that other women in business really need to remember is that we're all there. We've all been there. We've all been in certain situations before, or we're going to be, and we can use that experience to help each other, and not tear each other down, but be supportive of each other. You find that to be true?
Very true. Yes. And that's one of the real benefits in especially our group, the Women's Business Network, is because that is stated up front. That's one of our goals, is to help each other.
Right. Um, so do you have any advice for women that might just be starting out in their business, whatever that might be, one piece of wisdom that you could share that you wish you would have known early on?
Well, if we're talking businesses like ours, it's our own business. And then we work from, our office is in our home, or travels around with us because everything travels now. That's so awesome. Is that you actually make time for your business and don't let other things interfere so much that you feel that, oh, it's not worth it, or it is. So and one of the big things that my friend Marilyn keeps telling me about is time management. And that means that you put down, these are my office hours, or these are the days I'm going to work. So you treat your business like a business, and then it pays you like a business.
Exactly, exactly. And I find that don't let the negativity of the world get to you.
Yes. Don't
Don't
let
let
it
people tell you
filter
that
in.
you can't do something. Be seek out more positive people.
Yes, people, like-minded people. And, well, you can see I'm a redhead, but well, you can see my name too. So, I'm Irish. So I've always been, you tell me I can't do it. Well, here, watch. So you have to take care of yourself and focus on what your goals are.
right?
And your
And
mission.
exactly. And especially, I mean, not that men don't do direct sales. Men are fabulous. I know some men that do direct selling products, and they're fabulous at it. But right now we're just talking about women. But and so on your team you have women.
Yes.
And so what can you share that you think that your team has done for each other? What, to encourage each other? You guys have team meetings, and you're there to support each other. So
Yes.
even though you're all in the same business and someone may be above or below someone, it doesn't matter. Everybody is there to support each other. You find that to be true?
Yes, very much. Like this time of year, we're doing a lot of vendor events, and many times people will say, "Oh, I'm going to take care of myself. I'm going to these vendor events." But if our team shares everything, and we always try to take one person with us, because especially if they're new, to teach them. Not everybody has to sell and do parties or go to vendor events or everything, but we try to make it, offer it, and teach everybody, and not just hold all of those good ways of meeting new people. And we do have unscheduled, so impromptu, I should say, gatherings. So we make it a dinner, and it's dinner plus a little bit of business. And so we get the camaraderie built up, and then we encourage everyone to, the company has, and many companies do have lots of training. It's the key. But we have also had people who've had things go on in their personal life, where we've supported them, where we've gone and done that vendor event for them and taken care of their business while they had to take care of their family, and things like that. So we support them on all levels, which you don't see in corporate America very much. It's
That
there,
I
but not very
Yes,
much.
yes. So talking about, we've talked about encouraging and supporting each other. So let's talk about some practical things that women can do to support other women coming up. So usually it's something encouraging. I like how you had said that, you could just give them advice on something that you know about, like
Right.
the trips and things like that. So with that, sharing resources. What are some resources that you have found that people could share with each other that will support and uplift them? Is it referrals, a tip?
Right. Referrals are big in businesses, and simply, um, on many of us are on Facebook or Instagram or whatever social media, sharing what your friends or your neighbors post, that they post about their business, is a very big deal. You just going like, that's nice. They see that you like their post. But when you share it, that's like a referral. That's like saying, here's my friend's business card. So,
Absolutely.
so that's one big way that we all can, because, the greater majority of us are on some sort of social media. The other thing is that, if you heard someone talking about, I have my own business, and I just am, everything is scattered here and there, and I just don't know what to do next, you would think, Marilyn's a personal coach. Marilyn could help this person. So you would say, I have an acquaintance or a friend, and she does blah, blah, blah. Would you like her phone number? And the same way as if, a friend needs skincare. My skin is so dry, I just can't find anything that works. Well, I know a lady that sells this product. And so those kind of referrals helps everybody. And it costs you, a few seconds of your
Absolutely.
time.
Exactly. It costs you nothing monetarily. And
Yes.
and and I find in society that for some reason we have like a stigma about it, and we need to try and get away from that. Like if you saw you went to the movies and you saw a movie and you loved it, you would tell the whole world about it. Oh, I
Yep.
went to this movie. We all post on social media that we saw this movie. It was great. But when it comes to sharing a connection, a referral, or a resource of other things, sometimes we're not so quick to do that. And
Right.
I feel like there's like a stigma surrounding it, and I really feel like we need to get past that, because
Yes.
I love your products. I have several right here on my desk. For those of you that are just listening to the audio, you can't see the, the wonderful products that I have on my desk, but I love them, and I tell people the first chance I get,
Yeah.
because I want to be, not only because it's a fabulous product, but I also want to support you.
Thank
And
you.
so I'm hoping that, and I do this for, lots of people that I know, because I want to encourage people. I want to support other people's businesses, just like I want to support everybody. So I think that's another way that people could share resources. And then showing up, like you said, attending other people's events, sharing their posts, those little acts can really be so supportive of
Yes.
each other.
Yeah,
Um,
and if you're in, the world of looking for a place to promote your business, if you hear of resources that would help that person, tell them about that one. Tell
exactly.
them about
We
a
cannot
resource.
gatekeep those things, ladies. It does not
Right.
hurt us to share with other people.
Right. It
Um,
doesn't. And I've found that 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 because I do a lot of vendor events in the fall, and I found I've made friends with these people that I see them, maybe it's a few more throughout the fall, and then I look forward to seeing them this year again because they're returning vendors also. So there's the benefit of an acquaintance friendship. It's not like you're running out to have coffee or dinner or go to the movies with them, but we all could use more friends in our lives.
Right, right. And when we were talking about social media, the one thing I encourage people to do, and I know that you have seen this, and I know that you do this in your circle, is congratulating people publicly when they do something, when
Hmm.
they achieve something. A simple "I see you, I'm proud of you" could mean the world to someone,
Yeah.
and can really give them that uplifting feeling that they need to keep going.
Yes.
So I
Yeah.
really think that's a great way to encourage others also.
Especially if they see it when they haven't seen you for a while, or for whatever reason, and they see you make a comment like that, it really can make their day. I know
Yes,
it's happened to me. It's made my day.
exactly, myself
Yeah.
included.
Yeah.
And I try to do that whenever I see that opportunity to do it. And then mentorship. I really think that those of us that have achieved what we feel is success, offering to guide someone else's who might be a little bit behind us. We don't have to have all the answers, but sometimes just listening and cheering someone on can make that difference.
It does. It does. And there's kind of a saying that I see every once in a while in our community is that, I'll believe in you until you're ready to believe in yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and that leads us to, choosing kindness over competition.
Hmm.
It's natural to want to succeed in our businesses, right? We're all in our businesses because we want to succeed. But remember, someone else's win doesn't mean that it's our loss. It could
Right.
be a good collaboration. If we see somebody succeeding at something, I know I'm the first one that goes, "Oh, can you tell me how you did that? Can you give me some pointers?" And so I find that, being that mentor and that kindness of just supporting each other.
Yes.
Okay, so we're almost out of time, but I just want to talk real quickly. Supporting other women doesn't just help them, it helps all of us. It can help us build stronger networks, create those genuine friendships, and remind us all that we're not alone in this journey. And that is absolutely true. We've all faced wins and losses and setbacks, and we should be there to support each other and not to tear each other down. So my challenge for everyone out there listening this week is to choose one woman in your life or business, preferably a woman-owned business, but any business, I'm open for that. And find a way to lift them up. It doesn't have to be something big. It can just be going and writing a nice review, sending them a referral, sharing their post, or just letting them know you're doing great and to keep going, because women support women. We're not just building businesses, we're building that community, right? Um,
Right.
so before we go, I want to thank you for being here for one thing, but I want you to let us know, share with us how we can connect with you or learn more about you.
Well,
Where can we connect with you?
Well, my friend here has taught me way back when about branding and everything. So my website's pretty easy. If you can remember my name, it's shoppingwithrosemary.com. That'll take you to my Labri page. I'm on Facebook and I'm on Instagram as RoseMary O'Malley. And I'm happy to give out my phone number too. Do you do that or no? Because it's a live
Uh,
broadcast.
yeah, let's
Yeah,
not do that.
yeah,
If you want to get in contact with Rosemary, that's all you have to remember. Shopping with Rosemary. That is her brand. And you
yeah.
can find her on all social media platforms. You can always go to the Women's Business Network and find her there. Go straight to her website. And I really encourage you to, check her out and give her a shout and let her know that she's doing a great job. If and help support her because she's a woman, and we just have to remember that when women support women, we all rise higher.
Yes.
I know
That's
that
it.
I feel better when I'm telling somebody something encouraging. It makes me feel good to be encouraging to them.
It does. And especially like if you're just passing somebody and you tell them their hair looks nice or I love your blouse, you get an instant response from them and that makes you feel good. So,
Exactly. And though this conversation is about women supporting women, you can do that to anybody. Anybody. If you see somebody looking down or just looking, melancholy, say something nice to them. Be sincere. I'm not saying go out and just tell everybody that you love their hair or their earrings or their shoes, if whatever it is. Um, be sincere, but you will make a difference in somebody's life by just being that encouraging and that support that they need.
yeah, I
So,
agree.
I'm gonna bring this episode to a close. If this episode's encouraged you at all, I'd love to hear from how you're putting things into action, how it touched you, or what it meant to you. Happy to have you share your story with me on social media. You can go to putitinabubble.com, putitinabubble.net, or find us on all social media platforms at Put It in a Bubble. And we'd love to hear from you and know, what do you do, or how could we support you? And with that, again, I want to thank you so much, Rosemary, for being here today. It's always wonderful to see you. I think we've
Thank
known
you.
each other for a long time now, probably
Yeah.
over 10 years. And it's always great to have a conversation with you, because I know that you are encouraging and I know that you're always a positive person. And I love talking to you. So thank you again for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, as always, everyone, remember, whatever you have that's weighing on you, put it in a bubble and blow it away. And I will see you next time here on Put It in a Bubble.